Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing well. So in this video, we'll talk about the conditional statement in Python. How this conditional statement works and why it is important in code, we'll understand in depth. So let me share my screen and let's get started. So as we know guys, whenever we write a code and whatever we have learned till now, we write a code. Let's say we have one IPYNB file. Let's say this is a test.py, or let's say it is the test.ipynb or test.ipynb. This is the file name and we are writing a line of code here, right? Whenever we write a line of code, let's say it's a 3 line of code, 10 line of code, or 100 line of code. After that, whenever we execute this test.py or test.ipynb, it execute from the top to bottom, right? It execute from the top to bottom. But whenever we need that our code have some control, there should be some checks in the code, and we want that based upon the flow there should be some condition, and based upon that condition the code should execute. What does it mean? Maybe you have not understood. Let's say that I want to create a code where I want to take a age as a input. Okay, I want to take a input as a age, right? And I'll write over here, let's say enter the age. Perfect. Enter the age. I'm just writing a pseudo code, guys. So as soon as I have this code, I want to know if the person who has entered the age is, if that age is greater than 18, then he will be eligible for cast a vote. Otherwise, try, or we will return that you are not eligible. So what is the question? Person has to enter their age, and if the age is greater than or equal to 18, because in India eligibility criteria to cast a vote is 18-year-old, right? Or get a driving license, I think. So in that case there will be some condition over here, right? There will be condition, and this condition will check if the age is greater than equal to 18, then we can print over here. We can print over here what? We can print you can cast vote. Otherwise you can't, right? There should be again print you can't cast vote, right? There should be something. Now what condition should be over here? The condition is 18 plus, or it should be 18, right? So that condition give me the control on my code, that if that is meeting the criteria, then it will go to the next line of code. Otherwise it will go to the out of that, right? So based upon my condition, either it is going to execute this or this one. So that is the conditional statement in Python. I hope you understood that. It did not allow the code to execute from top to bottom. Okay, and it is also give the control, and based upon the statement it's going to execute. So now let's understand that whenever we want our code not execute from top to bottom, we want to execute based on some condition, we use the conditional statement. You understand from the example, right? Conditional statement allow us to make decision in our code. So this conditional statement allow us to make a decision whether this 18 plus, if the person is 18 plus, then he can cast the vote. If it is not, he cannot, right? And it allow the flow of the code based upon the true and false. Perfect. Now this decision can be achieved by if else, if elif else, and nested if. So the conditional statement can be achieved by using a if else, right? It can be achieved by if else. If else, and if there is a more condition, then if elif, if, and next is elif and else. Perfect. We use that. So how does it work? So whenever, let's say I'm coming to the same example, age equal to input, enter the age, right? Again, you may ask that input is always string, then how it will check? That will execute, guys, in the VS Code, right? Right now we try to understand the logic and we are writing the pseudo code. Okay, so now as soon as we write over here, we write the if over here. If that age is greater than equal to 18, then we write over here print, and over here we write you are eligible to cast a vote. Perfect. And otherwise else over here print you are not eligible to cast a vote. Now let's try to understand this block of code, the pseudo code I have written. Okay, now I think you will not have any problem to understand this if you have watched my video how this is working, right? I know I need to write over here int, that I'll write, that's not a problem. Now the question is that how this is working over here. If age over here, then I'm leaving some space, then again else, and this. See, conditional statement can be achieved by if else or if elif and else. Right now I have only one condition to check, so we will first focus on this if else, later on we'll move on that. Okay, so the statement is that if, then some condition, and under this condition we write the what we want to execute, that is basically block of code. Okay, here will be the block of code. Perfect. Still the cursor is little thick. Now over here we write the else, and over here some block of code. I did a mistake over writing on this, so it will be block of code. Now, so how is going to work? Let's say when whatever condition we write over here, if the condition is true, then it will go to this code block, which is basically under this if condition, and it will execute. If the condition is false, if this is false, it will not go over here. It will jump. Whenever it is false, it will come to this place, and it will execute this line of code. So why it is again thick over here. Okay, so execute this line of code which is under the if condition, or you can say if statement. It is important to the condition to become true. Clear? Then only this can execute. If it is false, then it will not, the flow will not come from here to here. It will go from here to else condition, and then it will execute this part. Clear? So same will happen over here. Let's say that the person has entered the first age. The first age is 18. Okay, so 18 is greater than equal to 18. This will return true. Okay, and as soon as this is true, it is going to execute this line of code, because this line of code, which is this block of code, is depend upon this if statement to be true. If the if statement will not be true, this block of code will not execute. And why I have given some space over here? It means that this is called in Python indentation, so that this is the child and this is the parent, and until and unless this will not true, it will not going to execute. So this line of code is depend upon this parent code, that is called, that's why there is an indentation. If you don't write the indentation and you start your print from here, it means that it will give the error, and this the second line of code is not depend upon this first line of code. So in conditional flow, it is important to maintain the indentation. So the parent block, child block, then again parent block, child block. So now try to understand. So as soon as this age is greater than equal to 18 and I have entered first age as 18, it will be true and it will print you are eligible to cast the vote, and the code will stop there. Now again I have run the code and I have entered 17. Okay, this time I have entered the what 17 over here. So as soon as I have entered 17 over here, it will become false. This condition will become false because 17 is not greater than or equal to 18, right? So it will not go to this line of code. It will not go to this line of code. From here it directly will jump to the else condition and it will execute this line of code. You are not eligible to cast the vote. I hope you understand the flow of the conditional statement, right? How it's going to execute. So now let's try to understand in the VS Code. So guys, I have opened the same VS Code that I've been using from the first day, and I have created one new, I would say, file, that is conditional statement.ipynb. Perfect. So now let's try to execute same code over here. So what is the question? We want to check the age. Check the age to cast the vote. Perfect. Let me first disable this AI so that it should not give the any hint over here. Okay. Now let's say age equal to input, and over here I'll write enter your age. Perfect. Now after this I want to check that age is, why it is giving again the hint. Let me see. Perfect. So now I want to check if age is greater than equal to 18, then I'll write the double colon over here. Okay, that is important. If you don't write this, it will go start from the very just from very last of the left. But as soon as you write this double colon and you enter over here, the indentation will start. Okay, and I'll write over here print you are eligible to cast a vote. Perfect. If the person is not greater than not equal to 18 or greater than 18, the person age is not greater than 18 or 18, in that case we need to write the else. But else writing of else is not compulsory over here. If you don't want to execute and return something, if the person age is less than 18, then it's fine. Okay, so now let's try to understand this. I have executed, is asking enter the age. Let's say I enter 18 over here. There is some issue over here. Yeah. What is the issue? I have not converted that into integer. That is the problem. So how you can compare a string with the integer? So that's why it has breaked over here. If age is greater than equal to 18, it has breaked over here because I have not converted the age into integer, right? That's why I intentionally created this error, so that you can understand that it is important to convert that into integer, because what you are doing, that you are comparing it over here, and whenever you are comparing, it is important that both should be in the same data type. Clear? Now 18, you are eligible to cast a vote. Perfect. Now let's say I'll enter again 17 and you will not see anything. Why? Because as soon as I have written over here 17, so the entry was 17. So 17 is greater than equal to 18, it is false. Correct? If it is false, it will not go to the child block of the code because this is giving false. So to reach over there, it is important to be this true. Until unless it is not true, it is not going to the child block of the code. Okay. So once it is false, we don't have anything to execute over here. That's why we are not getting anything. Right? Now what I will do now, I'm going to use over here else condition. Else. Okay. Please try to understand that it is important. 1 second, guys. Okay. It is important that this else will not start with the indentation because this is the parent code block and this is the child code block. That's all. The else is again a parent code block. It is not a child code block. So it will start from here, from the very left. You can see from where the if has started, from there only the else will start. And then if you enter, again the condition is the else. So under that you have to write the child block of the else. So I'll write over here print, you are not eligible to cast a vote. Now I'll write 17. You are not eligible to cast a vote. How it is coming? How this is possible over here? So over here, I have given 17 as a input. It has converted into a string, sorry, integer. Then it came over here. It will compare that my 17 with 18, but it is giving the false. As soon as giving the false, it will not go over here. It will not go to the child block. It will move directly from here to this, and then from here it will give the execute the child block of else. Now a question will be over here. We can't write any condition in the else. We never ever write any condition in the else. We generally write the condition in the if statement. Clear? We write always this condition with the if, and if that is satisfied, then it will execute the child block of if. If it is not, it will go to the else statement and it will execute that. That's all. Clear? This is how it is work. Now let's execute some more codes. Okay, so next code is check the number is greater than 0 or not. So I'll write over here number equal to, again int, and over here input enter the number. Perfect. This is what I want. Now if that number is greater than 0, print what? F number is greater than 0. Else print number is not greater than 0. Number is not greater than 0. Enter and write, let's say 10. Why it is not working? Number integer. Let me see what is the problem. I think this is a problem. I made a mistake. Number number, number. Perfect. Let's execute again. Let's say 10. Why it is not able to give the 10 over here? You got the error, right? It should be outside. Now, let's say 5. 5 is greater than 0, of course, right? Now, let's try to execute this and write over here, let's say -1. -1 is not greater than 0. Correct, right? Now, check that. Check given number is even or or odd. So what is the even number? A number that can be completely divisible by 2, that is the even number, right? So 4. 4 is divisible by 2, so 4 is an even number, right? Again, 8 is completely divisible by how much? 2, and it is even number, right? So now the question is, before writing a code, it is important that how do you understand that a number is divisible by 2 or not in general Python. So let's say 4 moderate division by 2. If the remainder is 0, it means that the number is divisible by 2. Correct? And this moderate division gives only the remainder. So let's say that if I write over here 9, what is the remainder? 9 divided by 2. What is the reminder? What is the remainder? It's y, guys. Correct? Now let's execute the same way. So over here again, number equal to int, and over here input, enter the number. Perfect. Now, if that number is divisible by 2, in that case, we will write print f string number, is small, right? Number is even, right? Else, we'll write over here print uh, number is not even. Perfect. Now let's enter the 8. 8 is not even. How it is possible that 8 is not even? Okay, I am dividing it and I'm not checking if the remainder is 0. That also need to write, right? So that number modular division, it will give the some remainder. If that remainder is 0, it means that the number is even. Let me execute and I'll explain this code again. 8. 8 is even. How it is working? Let's try to understand that part first. So right now I have entered over here. Let me take this. Okay. Now I have entered over here 8, right? It will come to this line of code where I have mentioned 8 modular division by 2 equal to 0. So this part will give some response, correct? So 8 modular division by 2, how much it should be? It should be 0. So 0 is equal to 0. Of course, it is 0 is equal to 0. So the value will be over here true. True, right? Because until unless the if statement is not true, it is not going to execute this part. So this logic, whichever is written over here, the main work of this to give only true or false. True or false. True or false. And if it is true, then this if condition will come to this line of code. If this is false, this if condition will send the cursor to this to execute this one. Clear? So this is how it is working, guys. Now, let me explain it again if you have not understood this. So over here, this part of code, this number modular division by 2 equal to 0. This is my condition. and number I have entered as a 8. This 8 modular division by 2. So it is something like a 8 modular division by 2. Once you execute this, the answer will be 0, right? This 0 I'm comparing with this 0. So the result will be only 2 of this condition. One will be true and another will be false. Okay. So if the result of this condition is true, then this if condition will allow to execute this block of code, that is child block of this if condition, and it will return the number is even. The 8 is even. I should write number also, I think. Then if this condition is false, in that case the if condition will move to over here, and means it will pass to the else condition, and else condition will execute this line of code. Clear? Now let me edit this part, even number. Okay, and over here not even number. Execute this. Now I write this time 9. 9 is not an even number. Why? Because 9, if you write over here 9 and modular division by 2, sorry, modular division by 2 is 1, and 1 is not, this part is giving me 1, and 1 is not equal to 0, right? So it is giving the, this statement is giving me the false. So if it is false means it will move to the else condition and allow to print this. Clear? So now the next, let's try to execute and check. Let's say 36. 36 is the even number, right? Why? Because 36 is divisible by 2 and the remainder is 0, and 0 equal to 0, that is true. So it will allow to execute this line of code. Perfect. Next we'll understand that how we can write this if and else statement in one line. Instead of writing in multiple lines, how we can allow this to write in one line. So that is also one of the important part of it. So whenever you want a conditional statement to write in one line, so the response will be result true. It means whenever your if condition is true, that result, then if, then condition, then else, and then false result. This is how you can write the entire code in one line. So let's say that the same age equal to input I'm having. Okay, and over here enter the age. This is what I have the input. If I want to write the pseudo code in one line, instead of writing in this multiple lines, if I want to write in one line, how we can write that? So I write over here, let's say print, and over here you are eligible to cast a vote. That is my true. Whenever it will be true, that is going to print. Then if this age is greater than equal to 18, then else, and over here print you are not eligible to cast a vote. Perfect. Now try to execute this into the VS code. Same line of. So I'll write over here age equal to int, and over here input, and over here, sorry, I did a mistake, guys. Please excuse me. Over here, enter your age. Enter your age. Perfect. Now over here, print you are eligible to cast a vote. Perfect. And over here, if age is greater than equal to 18, else print you are not eligible to cast a vote. Enter. Now the age, let's say I'm writing 18. You are eligible to cast a vote. So how it is? It is something like a true result, result. Then if, then condition, then else, and over here false result. False. Please remember this syntax of writing a conditional statement into one line. Okay. Later on, there will be more complex code of conditional statement to write in one line, but this is the fundamental. Okay. Now, next, let's try to execute that. I want to check. Person want to withdraw the money. If the money that you want to withdraw is less than or equal to the balance, then withdraw successfully, otherwise insufficient balance. Okay. So what was the question? Write a program to withdraw money from ATM and check the money must be not must be must be equal to or less than account balance. Account balance. Account balance that we want to do. Now, how we can execute this? So first we will set some of the account balance. Let's say balance equal to 5,000. I'm keeping. Okay. Now I want the withdrawal money. Withdrawal money. That, let's say I want to keep as an integer, and it can be decimal also, right? So float input, and then enter the amount. Perfect. Now I will check what if this withdrawal money is less than equal to balance, right? Whatever the balance you have in the money, in your account, that only you can withdraw. You cannot withdraw more than that. Correct? Then you can write over here print collect your amount. Collect your amount. Else insufficient balance. Sufficient balance. It should be like this. Perfect. Execute this. Now let's say I want to withdraw 4,000 rupees. Collect your amount. Correct. Now I want to check and execute. Let's say I want to withdraw 5,101. Insufficient balance. Okay. Now, along with that, collect your balance. I also want to print the remaining balance. So let's say that I have a balance as a 5,000 and I want to withdraw 1,000 rupees. So it should give collect your amount, and the remaining balance in your account is 5,000 minus 1,000. It is how much? 4,000 rupees. Correct. Now let's do that. So remaining remaining balance equal to, or let's update the balance itself. Okay, balance equal to balance minus withdrawal money. Perfect. And then print your available balance is how much. Print this balance as well over here. Okay, now write F over here. Let's execute this and try to understand. Let's say I want to withdraw 1000 rupees. Enter. Select your amount and your available balance is 4000. Now your question will be that why I am executing this over here. I can do this over here also, right? And can print. That is also possible, right? So let's try to do that. And I write over here. And then print this. And it will be, let's say I want to withdraw 4000 rupees. Insufficient balance. Why? Why there is insufficient balance? 4000 rupees. Let's try to print over here the balance as well. 4000 rupees. Insufficient balance. It is 1000 rupees. What is the issue over here? Now, you are thinking that we have withdrawn last time, so it is because of that. Now let's take this part from here and put it over here. Okay. Now let's try this. I want to withdraw 4000. Collect your amount. Your balance amount is 1000. But let's again take this from here and keep there. Okay. Now execute this. And 4000 I want to withdraw. Insufficient balance. Let's try to understand this. We have assigned 5000 rupees, right? I have given that I want 4000 to withdraw. So over here, the balance is 5000 minus this 4000 I am subtracting over here. So balance become over here 1000. So again it will come over here and its withdrawal amount is 4000 and your balance is 1000. So because of that it is false and it is coming to this else condition. So before withdrawing only you are subtracting your withdrawal amount from balance. That is wrong, right? Your withdrawal amount is here. First, let's check that whether your withdrawal amount is greater than or less than your balance amount. Then collect the money. After that, you subtract that, or parallelly you subtract that and then return that. So this line of code which is over here, it should be over here. Understand how you can directly subtract that and then you can check the logic. It is greater or less. So I think you understand the logic, right? If not, please rewind the video and check again. Now, what I'll do that, I'll take this from here, Control X, and I'll paste over here. Perfect. Now let's try to execute this. I want to withdraw 4000 rupees. You collect your money, your available balance is 1000. Perfect. Now let's write a code to check, write a program to log in to uh, Facebook. Facebook. Okay. So to log in into Facebook, you need the user ID and password, right? That user and ID and password should be correct so that you can log in to your Facebook account. Let's say that you have created the account and you have mentioned your user ID equal to over here data 10. Okay, and or let's say you have given admin the best one, and password we have given over here admin 123. Sorry, I did a mistake. So now you want to log into your Facebook. So you will enter the user ID, right? User ID you will enter, and it is set user ID. So it cannot be the same. I will user ID set, password set, right? User ID you are entering. So input, enter the ID, right? Enter the ID. And over here, password, input, enter the password. Perfect. Now, if your set user ID, is equal to user ID, you need to verify both user ID and password. Both should be correct. And you need to use the AND operator over here. And your set password is equal to your password which you are entering, then only you can log into your Facebook. Login successfully. Right? Else print invalid user ID or password. User ID or password. This is what we get, right? So now try to check that. Enter the ID. So let's say I'm writing admin, password admin 123. Something wrong over here. What is wrong? Let me see over here. Unsupported operators type for as string and string. Let me keep this into the bracket, then only I think it will be visible to work. Admin, sorry, password is admin 123, right? Login successfully. Perfect. So what I have done, this one statement, condition 1 in one bracket and condition 2 in another bracket, and I'm checking with the AND operator. What is the AND operator? Both the conditions should be true, then only my if condition will be true, and it will allow to execute the child block of code, right? That is why it is important that your user ID and password both should be correct. Now let's try again. Over here, let's enter this time ADMIN, where A is capital. Enter password, let's say ADMIN123. Enter invalid user ID or password. Perfect. Now let's move to the another code. Let's understand the OR operator with if. So what I'll write over here, write a program to check its a weekend or weekdays. Okay, so when a day will be, when the day will be weekend or weekdays. So weekend, a day can be weekend when it is, let's say, Sunday or Saturday. Saturday, right? Otherwise, it will be a weekdays. Monday to Friday, right? Monday to Friday. So now input day. Day equal to input, enter the day. Perfect. Now over here, I want to check if if day is equal to Sunday. Sunday or the day is equal to Saturday, then only it will be a weekend. So over here, right? Day is weekend. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your days. Day, not days, right? And else print it is not weekend. Work. Do the work. Better do the work. Now, the question will be over here that why I have written or over here. Or means any one logic can be true. Either this or this. A day cannot be Sunday and Saturday same day, right? Let's say today is Sunday. Yesterday was Saturday. So a day can be a Sunday or Saturday. So any one can be a true to make this child block to execute. Clear? So or condition. If any one is true, the entire statement is true. If both are false, then it will be a false. Right? So let's try to execute this. Enter the day. Let's say I write SUNDAY Sunday. It is not a weekend to the work, but Sunday is a weekend. Why it is? Why it is a day? I mean, why it is not a weekend? Why? Because I have entered, let me show you that. Let me print over here day also. Whenever you do the conditional statement, it is also important to validate each and every alphabet. Sunday, SUNDAY, Sunday. Sunday. It is not a weekend, do the work, but Sunday is a weekend. Why it is giving me is not a weekend? Why? Because here the Sunday starting with small s. Here Saturday starting with a small s. But I am entering a capital. So I need to make it completely in lower space or high capital space, right? So that's why it is not comparing. Sunday and Sunday is not same. If you see, Sunday is equal to, let's say, Sunday. SUNDAY, Sunday. It will give you false. It will give you false, my friend. Why? Because both are not same. Correct? And as soon as I will change this to Sunday, it will give you the true. So that it's a case sensitive. So make this lower and write here .LOWER. You don't know how to why I've written lower and how it is changing. Watch my previous video. Now let's say SUNDAY. Let me write a capital SUNDAY. See, day is weekend, enjoy your day. Now let's write Saturday. Saturday. Day is weekend, enjoy your day. Now let's enter Monday. It's not a weekend, do your work or do the work. Clear? So this is how the OR operator works. Now let's try to understand the NOT. So write a program to check it's raining or not. check it is or raining or not. So I'll write over here, is rain equal to, let's say first, false. False. Okay, then if not, is rain, then print. What it will print? It will print, let's say I have given false over here and it is saying that not. So it's raining, not false. It means it will make it true. So you can write over here, don't carry umbrella with you. It is not raining. Okay. And else print over here, please carry umbrella. It's raining. It's raining. It should be double N. Okay. Now I have written over here false and over here not. How it is working? Let's say first let me execute this to true. True. Please carry the umbrella. It's raining. Right? So now try to understand this not over here. So as soon as I have written true over here, one second guys. Okay. As soon as I have written over here true, it means that it is raining. So over here, it is not true. When it is not true, it is false. And when it is false, it will go to this line of code, means it will go to the else and it will execute. So now, as soon as it is false, let's say I have written over here false. And over here, it is not false. Not false. It will make this as a true. So not false will make true and it will execute this line of code. Not false, not false, please understand it will be true. Not true. It's a Boolean expression, guys. It will make this false. And whenever the if is false, it will go to the else condition. Correct? Hope it is clear, right? Now, the next code is based upon the if, elif, and else. So that I will explain in the next video because this video become very large. So the second part of the conditional statement will be explained in the next video. Thank you so much, guys. Please stay connected and please like and subscribe and share with your friend because it takes a lot of time to create such kind of content. I hope you have enjoyed. I will push this to the GitHub repo and I'll give the link to the this video description so you can download from there. And I will give in the next video, once I'll complete the conditional statement, I'll give some of the homework that you can try and share with me in the comment or where you can share on my LinkedIn ID. From there, I can take and response you back. Okay. And I have created one WhatsApp community. You can also follow that one so that whenever I will upload any video, I will post there and you will get notified with that. I'll give the link of my WhatsApp community into the video description. Thank you so much. Stay connected and enjoy the learning. Thank you, guys.